Hello everyone. Happy day and happy moment wherever you are. Hello to you. I'm Jen from Personal Power Life Coaching, and I hope you are doing awesomely well. It's a beautiful, radiant day, and a new day is a new you. So that is amazing and magical. I wish to make this video today to share a message of love and light and joy, well-being and health and wellness. Health is number one because health encompasses mental health, spiritual health, physical health, the whole component that helps us to be who we are in our daily basis, in our daily life. So today we've got some amazing celery juice. Celery juice, as some would say, for the win. And what I like to do is to mix it up. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for good luck and fortune, which is something that you can do whenever you want some good luck and fortune, is to take your beverage, whether it's a coffee or a tea, and you swirl it around 9 times to infuse it with good luck and fortune and positive vibes. And now we shall serve it up using the handy dandy scale to check for at least 16 ounces. We want to get pure celery juice, 16 ounces every day on an empty tummy. You can do it. Anyone can do it. Just celery, only celery, pure celery, nothing else, just the celery. And this medicinal herb will benefit your body, benefit your biology, your physiology, your mental state, clarity, and it will definitely work wonders for your gut biome, done consistently without interruption. Okay, I believe in our yoga training we learned about Vairagya and Abhyas, which was constant and consistent, uninterrupted practice, which was referring to meditation. But it's applicable as a concept to anything that could be a virtue you want to embrace in your life, or to a beneficial habit that you want to establish or initiate for yourself moving forward. And the moment to do that could be right now. You don't have to wait until tomorrow or next month or next year. The time is now. And it starts with just the way that you're thinking, the mindset, the attitude, and the intention, the focus, what you're thinking about, where your attention is going, what you're thinking about, and what you're saying, and what you're looking at, okay? So guide your eyes to look at the things that you want and to look in the direction that you want to go. All right, so the scale turned off because I was talking. So I am now going to, let's check if we could get you right there having a look at all right, so let's get some celery. And let me know if you are doing your own celery juicing. Oh, wow, that's exactly 16 ounces, which is a pound. So 16 ounces is a pound, and we can see that right there. Okay, that's exciting. So onwards and upwards. And now I invite you to have your own juice. That's great. You can sip on it, or you can just have it, you can just gulp it all down. I don't know if you could see that. Anyhow, I feel really grateful for this wonderful juice that I can have, and if you can do it for yourself, that would be a tremendous blessing. And so, to the topic at hand, I wanted to just make this video about coffee and caffeine, because it's something that touches all of our lives, and definitely it's a factor that I have been thinking and contemplating on recently. And what I would like to say is that I know that coffee is a worldwide beverage, and it's part of my family's tradition, and it's part of so many cultures and so many traditions in the world, the American corporate culture, the business culture worldwide. In the Middle East, they have their kahwa, and there's even white coffee in some Asian countries, which I haven't tried, but I was tempted to do that at some point. And the point for me is that I made a video previously about letting go of the caffeine crutches or the chemical addiction. And I did that, and I did that for a couple of months. And then I had some again because it was reintroduced in my environment living with my family. And what I noticed is that one of the factors that made that reintroduction to my ingestion to having it again was having it in my environment. Because when I was living alone, when I live alone, I can control my environment, so I can obviously decide to not buy something, or if I had it in the kitchen, then I would throw it out if I decided it's no longer serving me. And then time would go by, and then I would stop again because I noticed some emotional anxiety and destablement. I felt more emotional, more anxious, and more stressful. And this is what I've noticed now several times when I've reintroduced caffeinated coffee into my intake. And it's not a matter of having too much, because I would only have maybe maximum 6 ounces at that. But it's just something that I've noticed in myself, even though I used to like the beverage and I could have it black or I could have it with sugar, or not really, because I don't have sugar. I don't consume sugar as such. I have more like raw honey, and I have sugar from the fruits, and those are naturally occurring healthy sugars. I mean like processed white cane sugar, the crystal sugar. So that's pretty much what I concluded after several attempts, is that I would reintroduce regular coffee to my body, and it seemed okay in the beginning, in the first couple of days. And then after a while, I would notice that I had more anxious thoughts and more anxiety in my thinking, more stress, worry for no reason really. Nothing extraordinary was going on, but it happened. And so I realized, this is not really serving me, and it's not letting me be at my most calm and centered place, my natural me, even though I will be worried and a sensitive person, and I will maybe be concerned about things that are not in my control. But it doesn't need to be, I don't need to add fuel to the fire unnecessarily. So I stopped again, and that's it. That's just been it, because it's not worth it. And it's not worth creating anxiety and stress and worry in my body unnecessarily without just me choosing to do that. I don't need to do that. So I decided to let that go. And the reason I'm making this video is because I feel that it may resonate with someone out there who listens to it, who watches it, who has been contemplating these things about why they feel heart palpitations, or why they feel anxious or heart flutters, or why they feel worried for no reason, or anxious for no reason, or just maybe even depressed from time to time for no reason. And it may have to do with stimulating too much adrenaline in the body, because that's what the caffeine does. And it's really in a concentrated form in coffee itself, because when I have black tea, it's not the same. It's certainly not the same effect. It's not intense, and I feel fine. And so I invite you to consider whether this is something that resonates with you. I truly share this for whomever out there wants to shift this part of their daily habits and life, because it is a life change, because you're going to feel different. And it means letting go of a lot of the things, the habits and the rituals that a lot of society does. what we've been programmed into, what maybe your family does routinely. And it's tough in the beginning because you may be the only one that needs to be doing that for yourself, and others won't change their behavior. And that's fine, and that's normal and natural, because it's only up to you what you do for yourself. So it's really about just deciding that maybe this substance doesn't work for me anymore, and it's not beneficial. It's not empowering me. It's not boosting me or strengthening me truly. It's actually a crutch. And the reason that I personally would want it is because I wanted the adrenaline boost. I wanted the kick. I wanted the boost. And I also wanted the excitement. That was one aspect. The other aspect is that I had the memory of what it tasted like, or how good it's supposed to make you feel. But that was all a lie. It's all just false ego trickery, and it's just the memory of something that used to be. But it's not true anymore. And then you may discover that when you do have it again, it's not going to taste as nice as you imagined it to taste. And this is true for foods, for so many scenarios where it involves food and thinking that something is going to satisfy us, and it actually isn't as good as you thought it would be in your imagination. So that's one thing, is like having it in your environment may want you to have it trigger you. And so be aware and mindful of that, and just choose not to look there, or choose to have a quick thought that you can immediately remember when you do see that you're not necessarily drawn to take action. It's one thing to think about it. It's okay to think about something, but don't kind of think about it too much. One thought is enough, and it can be acknowledged, and you can become aware of it, and then you can shift your focus. Well, what now can I do, or what can I drink, or I'm going to enjoy my tea, or I'm doing the best I can, and now I'm going to focus on this. So that's an approach. Don't have it in your environment. Just don't look in that direction. If you pass by a Starbucks every day, and I know it's tough if you're in the city because they're everywhere, and if it's not a Starbucks, then it'll be another coffee shop. Just don't look there. Don't look at people buying their coffee. Don't look at people serving it. Don't focus on that. I know it sounds silly or kind of funny, but it's true. If you look there, your attention is going to go there. And it may seem trivial, but these are little things that your brain, these are tricks that the mind tries to play, so that you are thinking about it and you see other people enjoying it, and you're thinking, well, they're having a good time. Why can't I? I remember how good that felt, or I want that too. So don't do that to yourself. If you do whatever you can to cultivate your inner environment, to control your inner world, right? We can't control the office. You can't control your home sometimes. So choose to control what you're thinking and where you're looking, what you're focusing on. And if as soon as you get off the train or out of the car that you're going to see a trigger, then hey, I'm going to listen to something uplifting, or I'm going to look at the ground, or I'm just going to take a deep breath and look at my something. Okay, just look at the sky. The sky is beautiful. The clouds are there, the sun is there, or it's raining. Look at the rain. Whatever it is, distract yourself from the thing that you want to let go. That's really the name of the game, and it's really about getting your body into that new pattern. It's about having a new pattern, and it's about breaking the older neurological programming that's been ingrained, so that you can establish new neural pathways. And this is new, so it won't be easy in the beginning, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. It doesn't mean you won't have any step backs, or you won't have any slip ups, but it just means that now you're aware and conscious of what's going on. Okay, you're not flying blind. You have a direction. And so another point that I want to highlight is that the reason that it's possible in some people that caffeine stimulates anxiety and nervousness and jitters is because actually in some scientific studies they've discovered that the adrenaline, the excessive activity in the brain, because you're blocking off the sensors in the brain, the neurotransmitters that indicate tiredness and calmness, you're blocking those off with caffeine. That's the purpose of it. It's to keep you alert and awake. And so when that happens, it's stimulating the amygdala, which triggers and indicates fear and fight or flight, the survival instinct, apprehension and anxiety. That's at the amygdala, and that's what the amygdala is activating to promote. And that's why some people will experience more negative reactions when they take it in, when they take in caffeine. Coffee caffeine. And so something to think about, something to contemplate. I researched the amygdala, and it's really fascinating as a part of the brain. In the base of the brain is part of the limbic system, which is related to the emotions and emotional control and activity and behavior and functioning. So bear that in mind, that when you're stimulating your body with a stimulant like caffeine, adrenaline, the adrenaline is going to activate certain sensors in the brain that will create a emotion response. All right. So it's all about cause and effect and the chain reaction. What you put in is going to have an output somehow, somewhere, and it starts with your brain. It starts with when you're putting your hand to mouth, really. Okay, so that's what I've experienced, and it was tough because I didn't want to let it go. I did in the beginning, but then I was reintroduced to an environment where it was easily available, and then I felt like, hey, why not? It's okay, but it's a slippery slope. I started with decaf, and then little by little I would add a bit of the regular, and then I would add more, like half decaf, half of the regular, and then suddenly I would just be having like 6 ounces of the regular and maybe a little bit more, and it doesn't end. And that's just, it's something, it's like a phenomenon of human behavior, and it happens with food. You know, you start with one piece of chocolate cake, and then you're like, hey, maybe I can have a donut one day, or you know, hey, maybe I can have this fried piece of food, or a plantain, or whatever it is for you, or a bag of chips, and then tomorrow it's a Snickers or something. It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. And this is why when alcoholics go to Alcoholics Anonymous and they truly want to stop drinking alcohol because it's pernicious in their life, they need to abstain. And I know that for me, I choose to abstain. I choose to give it up. And the reason is that it's from a place of peace and love and intelligence and knowledge and appreciation and acceptance, self-acceptance, in that this is who I am. You know, this is my body. I'm sensitive. My nervous system is very sensitive to these external stimulants, to what I put in, and I need to honor that. I need to respect that. And that's not something that I wish to tamper with. I only want to boost it and to make it better and to work harmoniously with my body, with its wisdom, because the nervous system works already for me. You know, it's not like I know how to control it or tweak it. I can only do my best to give it the best so that it can perform optimally, so I can be the optimal Jennifer every day of my life, for the universe, for myself, for you, and just to be happy. And I know that's what you want too, because we all want to feel good and be happy. We just go about it in our own particular ways, thinking what we're thinking, that's going to get us to the end of the happiness tunnel. And so that's the message. Work with your system, understand your biology, understand your physiology, and honor it, respect it, understand it. pretty much those are the two words that really come strongly, is honor it and respect it, because it's there for a reason and it's serving its purpose extremely well. And some people are just not designed to bear certain activities in life, whereas others are. Some are more resilient, some are less able to, we learn different coping skills, but there are some coping skills and mechanisms that either work to enhance and boost you long term, or that are detrimental to your whole organism and wear away. Some things will acidify the body, they will take away from your peace, your calm, and your well-being. And I'm not saying that the coffee caffeine is that in this case for you, because you could be incredibly robust and you could be able to withstand it. But I invite you to just tune into your body and to reflect on whether the things that you're putting in are really serving you, if they help you to feel good in a natural way, or if they leave you feeling needing more and empty afterwards. Do they revive you and animate you and give you life, or are they more an example or a symbol of stress and worry and tiredness? Or is it a symbol of love and fun and joy and co-creation, something for your benefit? It's complex and there's no judgment, and you know, whatever you choose, do it with your full alignment, right? So that whatever you're doing, you are doing it wholeheartedly, happily, no split energy, just looking forward, confidently being you, and yet knowing that you can still be confident and be you while choosing to accept that maybe now is a good time to do something different for me, and that you are strong enough and able enough to withstand it. And in any case, just knowing that some people go through it and some don't. So wherever you stand along this road, just honor yourself, respect your body, respect your physiology. Know that your body is always doing its utmost to serve you and protect you and love you, and it already knows incredible things that are unfathomable to even the most brilliant medical doctors and scientists. We are created just beyond the scope of brilliance and genius. We are a genius creation machine. We just have to give it the right input, and that will yield the best, most glorious output. So that's it for now. Sending you lots of love. Send me a message on this topic or any topic that may resonate or that you'd want to hear about. I'd love to hear about your experience with your coffee, if you've struggled with it or if you've overcome it, if it's hard to give up actually because of the sugar, you really just want the sugar. If that's the case, get yourself a jar of raw honey and get yourself some nice organic black teas and start there. And get yourself a measuring spoon so that you're not overdosing on honey, right? That's another thing is, oh, you're gonna have too much sugar on honey. Whatever, you're having it anyways in your coffee, and you're having it through your creamer and your milk, because milk and creamer are dairy, and dairy is a sugar, the lactose. So anyhow, get yourself a little measuring tool, get yourself a beautiful jar of raw honey. I have several here, or maple syrup, and use your measuring tool so that you don't overload yourself on sugar, and take it from there. You can change. You can choose to change and be different right now. No one has to give you permission. You're the one. You're in charge. You're the boss. All right? Remember, you're the boss, so you choose and you decide, and you're in control. All right, that's it for now. Over and out. We're going to continue finishing and enjoying this magnificent celery juice. I invite you to start your own celery juice regime, or any juice, really. Any juice is beneficial for you. You let me know which recipe you need or what your flavor preferences are. I can send you ideas and tips and ideas and suggestions. And if you want me to make a juicing video again, I can make one. If you would like to have a special fruit request, let me know. Someone once requested guavas. I got into the guava train and I didn't look back ever. I have guavas waiting for me in the fridge. So yeah, that's it. Have a fun day. Thanks for joining. I'm Jen from Personal Power Life Coaching. Life loves you. Bye for now.